brothers and sisters, it's so nice to see you all back again on our channel, Rise and Shine TV. And tonight I would like to speak with you about such topic as how to protect yourself if you've been haunted by ghosts, by spirits, by some other beings from the astral. And it's not that rare thing, and I think it's very important to be prepared, to know if that would happen, you will know what to do and how to act right away. But before we start, please click a like button and subscribe to this channel to stay up to date with all our latest videos, classes and meditations. Also, please comment below with any topic you want me to cover and if you would like to become a guest in our program. Let me tell you something, I tried all of these methods, but none of these methods stopped completely beings from coming to me every night again and again. So that was a point where I said that's it, I'm done, I don't want to do that and experience that any longer. I don't want to know or remember that spirits exist, that entities exist, that astral exists. I want to be normal human being. But then something amazing happened, because in that despair I prayed to God to give me a sign. Should I stop or should I continue? Maybe around the corner is the answer and I'm here trying to stop. And there I was receiving the sign. I went to Santo Daime work. It was my first ever work in the church, and I was shown all of this from a completely different perspective. I was shown that all these beings, all they need, deep down somewhere there, all they need is still love. So I was taught to love all this darkness, to love all these dark entities, to love all these dark beings. And that was the most beautiful lesson one can experience. Well, some of you might say, no, how can I love the darkness? They are so evil to me, they do such bad things to me, how can I love them? But once you open your heart unconditionally, once your heart resonates love, once love is flowing from your heart, nothing evil can touch you. No one can touch you, because you are vibrating so much higher than all these entities that they cannot reach you. More to that, you're gonna start to be an example to those beings, because all of them, no matter how dark are they, no matter how demonic are they all have this desire to be good enough to go to light. Somewhere deep down there, maybe they do not realize that, but it's somewhere there yearning to go to the light. And you can be this example. You can be this beacon of love and forgiveness to them. You can give them your forgiveness. You can give them your love, so they can also go with you towards the light. Because in our dual world, everything exists simultaneously, darkness and the light, and they are interconnected. And you know, like a yin-yang symbol, there's always something dark in the light, and there's always some light in the darkness. But if you're gonna go beyond this image of duality, if you're gonna go further, they're gonna be only God the Creator, who created and this evil and this good with a higher intelligence for a higher purpose, which not everyone, not most of us yet here to understand. But just have trust and faith that for some reason it was created, for some good reason, for the reason of evolution. If you're not there yet, if you still cannot understand and comprehend why this is like that, just have trust that it is for a good reason. So once you're gonna see this image that we are all one, everything is one, so you are everything, you're gonna have much more love, unconditional love for these beings. And once you're gonna start to love them, they're gonna be harmless in front of you. They won't be able to do any damage to you whatsoever, because your love will completely unarm them. Because sometimes it's very hard in that moment to remember what you need to do. So train your mind, train your heart, work on yourself to be this loving person at all times, that you do not need to search for the resources once this is going to be happening to you. Then you automatically gonna feel this love, and this love will illuminate these beings. This love will bring these beings to light together with you. So one more thing about entities, and about the dark beings, about haunting beings, about the mocking spirits, is that no entity will come and get attached to you unless you do not resonate with it on the same vibrational level. So if there is something with you, some trauma you still haven't healed, or there is something you need to work on, so that being will choose you as its donor, because you will understand this being. Those suffering beings, those mocking spirits, they're truly suffering also. So they want to find somebody who will understand their suffering, that you can suffer with them. Cause suffering, that's the literal translation of the word compassion to the Russian language. Compassion in Russian, if you literally gonna translate, will be cause suffering. That's why I don't like to use the word compassion. So this being will come to you, that you can bond basically and understand each other. For example, a suffering spirit who maybe in the previous life and previous incarnation lost his mother and had a tremendous pain about that, and during his lifetime or her lifetime he or she wasn't able to heal that, they won't come to me because I won't understand them. My mother is alive and we have great connection and we love each other deeply, so I won't be able to understand this being. So this being will go to someone who recently lost his or her mother and will start to hound this person. Or, for example, if I had a painful relationship and I know or I experience that love can bring pain, and for example, let's say I haven't healed that yet. Let's say, for example, those scars are still wide open and bleeding. So the being who vibrates hatred, who vibrates pain, who vibrates emotional pain and suffering, then he can get attached to me, and then he can start feeding on my energy, because I resonate more of that energy which it is. So I resonate more suffering, more pain, more hatred towards man, for example. And this being will feed on this energy, because this is what it is. This is where he can get something more that he wants. So the best advice how to not attract any of these beings, start working on yourself, because everything in our reality we are responsible for, and only we are responsible for. And it's not only about the material reality. Okay, I understand I'm responsible for the amount of money I earn, or okay, I understand for the quality of my partner I attract, but that's about it. This is my material reality, and everything beyond that, some magic stuff or astral stuff, I do not have control over it. It's all coming to me and I have zero influence on it. But this is totally not true, because we are all God, and God is experience his God self through every being, through every person, through every animal, every plant, every rock. That's how he experienced himself. So in this oneness, understanding that that being is also a part of you which needs to be healed and transformed, you will take the full responsibility for attracting this being, for this being haunted you, because your higher self orchestrated it on a completely other level. So for these things not to happen, for you not to get curses, for you not to get involved in some dark magic and say, okay, I have zero responsibility for this, this all came to me, I never asked for it, I didn't want it. Believe me, you did. Your higher self, your subconscious, all orchestrated these events for you to learn the lessons. And what major lessons we have in this life is how to love and how to forgive. Unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. This is the two major lessons we came here to the earth to learn. So the ways through which we can learn these lessons are so various and so different. It might be through another human being, maybe your parents or your partner or your siblings, or it might be through the entities. Maybe the human beings cannot teach you this lesson. You're going through this lesson over and over and over again, blindly, not seeing that you're repeating the cycle. Then God will send you more scary lessons, because it is really scary when frozen you and touching you. So God will send you the lessons in the form of black magic. They will send you the lessons in the form of curses, in the form of entities and mocking spirits, for you to finally hear the lesson, for you to finally understand what you are here to learn, for you to finally open your heart. Because opening your heart and truly unconditionally loving the whole universe and everything in this universe, everything in this multidimensional universe, in this realm and in the other realms, this is the only way out. So start from yourself, work on yourself. Be happy that you are still alive and you still have time to go through these lessons while you still have your body with these powerful instruments, with the instrument of your mind to control your thoughts, to control your thought process, to set the positive thought process, which will open your heart for the positive emotions, for emotions of love and joy and happiness, that you can rise your vibration so high that everything that you were calling darkness will never ever touch you. But once you're gonna be vibrating on that level, you will understand that there is no light and there is no darkness, that this is all one, and this one is you, and you are the God experiencing himself through this material physical body. The God who looks at this world through these physical eyes, who listening to his creations, to his vibrations through these ears, who experiencing the touch and the texture with his hands and feet. Once you're gonna see that, once you're gonna understand that, you will see that everything there, including light and including darkness, and darkness especially, were just lessons, different levels of lessons to teach you these two things, love and forgiveness. And this is, my dear brothers and sisters, is the only way to get rid of being haunted, to get rid of being frozen, to get rid of being scared, frightened. Some of you might think that love cannot conquer this darkness. They will say, okay, San Miguel has his sword and then he's killing and making these dark beings disappear. But those of you who work with Saint Michael, you know what his sword is made of. His sword is made up of pure light and love. He's not killing anyone. He's not making anyone disappear. He's bringing this light of God, this love of God to these dark beings, that they can also experience love, that they can be forgiven, that they can be given a second chance to exist within the light, to exist surrounded by love, because they just lost the way. They just lost their way, maybe on a much, much deeper level than you. Maybe they were losing this way for thousands of years, for millions and billions of years, but they still, somewhere deep there, they are longing for light and love. They're longing to go there, to find peace. And you can grant this peace to them. You can be this forgiveness. You can carry this forgiveness and this love to them. You can be the example. So this is truly the only way to conquer the darkness, is to transcend it, is to illuminate it. And there is no other way to do it. So I believe in every single one of you that you're gonna start working on yourself, that you're gonna start to cultivate love, to cultivate harmony, peace, forgiveness, to cultivate tranquility, to strive to become a better version of yourself with each day. And then a lot of lessons which brought you discomfort, which brought you fear, which brought you maybe some physical pain, will go away, melt and disappear, because you're gonna show where you're aiming. You can set this intention day by day. With every day I become better and better, and work towards this goal. And then you're gonna notice how you start to shine and you start to become the light this world needs so much. So I wish you all a week of love, happiness, joy and abundance. And I see you all in 1 week back here on our channel, Rise and Shine TV. With love and gratitude, your Lakshmi.